Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of NoWrongConvos. I'm OG. I'm here with the usual suspects: Shodee, Asgard, Femi, F1D, Bond, Lefty.
I've been a B.
Yeah, Lefty.
And I'm left-handed, though. That's the weird
You
shit.
see how
That makes two of us. Oh, no wonder you're not balanced.
I didn't know.
No wonder.
I didn't know you were left-handed, though. For real? Okay.
Who balance up?
Oh, nice. So today, we're talking about hustling in 2023, as in hustling generally over time has just evolved into so many things. And I met some girl recently, for instance, and she goes, she's a vibes connoisseur, and I'm like,
Wait, let me understand that. Like, vibes. Vibe.
She provides vibes.
In where? In which place? In secondary school.
And then she says connoisseur. That means she's
a creator of vibes.
Different vibes.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
she say, okay, you know what?
Do you understand?
This is the vibe for this one.
Exactly. This is the vibe for this. And you understand? And I'm like, what the hell? Do you understand? I asked her, do you get paid? She said she gets paid a lot. Do you understand?
You sure say she know the vibe you.
No, be me. I beg. And I know they.
She's on the vibes.
So let's speaking of vibes, Shodee is still in the vibes.
Yes, He's a
understand?
vibe.
So-
You used to have a vibe connoisseur.
Vibes
I'm
connoisseur.
a nightlife mogul. What are you talking about?
Get me.
The girl.
Yeah.
But anyways, I think what she was saying, basically as a vibes connoisseur, so I'll give you an instance. Dirty December, right? People are coming in from all over, from Canada, from Yankee, from Jan, from Netherlands, from Ghana, and they have an idea of what's happening in Lagos, but they don't know where to go to. So as a vibes connoisseur, your job basically is to, okay, you know what? Today we're going to go to this club. I've booked the table there for you guys, blah, blah, blah. Tomorrow we're going to go here. Oh, there's something happening in Lachey. Oh, we're going to go to this club in Ikeja. There's this concert.
Shodee. So they pay somebody for doing that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Why did they tell me all this?
You go change your hustle. Change your hustle.
It's a better
do.
hustle.
Change your hustle.
They do.
So basically, you're going out every night.
And
Yeah,
just supply vibes.
even down to concerts, right? Rather than call the number that is there that they advertise, you rather call someone this guy will be able to get me a table and all of that, and then these connoisseurs get their percentages.
Yeah.
You get what I
From
mean?
the
So
club. From
from
whoever's
the events,
providing
from
the
the club,
concert, running
whatever,
the concert.
So yeah, because nightlife is big in Lagos. You understand?
It is,
So you have vibe connoisseurs, you have PRs. PRs pretty much have like residency in different clubs or lounges and all of that. Yeah. So yeah, like our friend Tamara, that's
what
kind of what she does. On a certain day, she would bring like a crowd. Get a percentage of their drinks and all of that. So yeah. It's a common thing, and
For
yeah,
real, that
it's a legit hustle.
That baby hustle.
It's a legit
She also
hustle.
makes shoes. And
I mean, yeah, I'll use myself as an example, right? I've been hyping now for 12, 13 years. Professionally,
Asgard.
yeah.
Asgard.
Professionally, I would say 11 years, right? But it started as vibes, just trips.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
I get what-
And the people will look like, what's this one they do? You just they jump up and down, you get this one don't get anything you want to do with in life. But I actually have a BSc in political science, which I don't use unless it's election period and then we now start arguing politics and all of that, right? But at the end of the day, what has taken me all over the world is hyping.
Literally.
So that's that. Now that brings you to our topic or what we're talking about today. Because the thing about it is that when I was growing up, right, there are certain things. So for me personally, when we were choosing roles or choosing what we wanted to be, my parents were very insistent on being a professional.
Yeah,
Now, a
doctor,
professional
lawyer.
means so you have a professional course, so that they have a professional backing. So it's open like architecture, things like medicine,
yeah.
law, all those things that you can set
Aviation.
up your own firm. And no, not aviation, because aviation you're working for somebody.
Yeah.
Do you get? It's not as professional as the same as the other one where you
Yeah,
can
but I
start.
mean,
in
being
the
a
aviation part
pilot,
is a pilot, yeah.
but I mean,
a pilot.
but being a pilot, I remember
was
like
the
back in the days, you were a
prestige.
It was still
pilot,
a very
like
prestige thing.
you were a big thing.
Yeah.
So like, so
You
when I was
know,
growing up,
till
I wanted,
today,
to be, I wanted to be an aeronautic engineer.
Yeah, girl.
And my dad was like really? Like
Aeronauts,
aeronautic
Nigeria.
engineer. First of all, like growing up now, if you think about it, Nigerian Airways was dying, right? We didn't have a lot of ADC will get up tomorrow and die. You know, like we didn't have sustainable airlines.
Very
it didn't
unstable.
look like our airline industry was going anywhere. So the thing about it is, and what I want to bring out is sometimes, right, especially for our parents, right, they saw things from that perspective, right? And things have moved on greatly since then.
Yep.
Right? For instance, at that time in the 90s, right, there was no such thing as a wedding planner.
Yeah.
Especially in Nigeria, right? Even event planners, it was only for like big corporations and things like that you have event planners. But usually, the wedding planner was one auntie that had experience in doing a couple of weddings or his sister,
Auntie Bumi.
and then they'll come together and make sure that wedding
Look all
happens.
those old women, maybe they cook
I
rice.
swear they
no
go
worry.
bring the catering was
3K per day, you know what?
Baba,
They go cook
come house,
they go
come
cook
cook the
everything.
food, they go arrange everything. You go buy the cow. Do you understand? They go kill the cow for your front.
Are those
gate.
same people now
Your
where I go
event
match you?
center, now your compound or the compound of your family, like that was where everything was. So the thing about it is we have hustle has changed.
It has changed.
You get his now you not only like even in the event industry now you even have people like decorators,
Yeah.
right? That's a it's a proper job. You know,
Yeah. Even if you go down to videography, photography, I remember then it was maybe like we Uncle Shay gonna go out your photo,
Yes,
you
now.
know, something photos, you know, that kind of thing.
Little
But like
farts.
it's evolved
Do you know,
so much now.
Let me even
you
add that
know?
because I'm involved in videography. There's a girl online that she wanted doing her wedding, and she had already gotten videography. She had, and her mom was like, no. I know somebody that can do it for us. So she now reaching all those and can do it for like 30-50K. Now, I mean, an average videography, if you want to do it well, I can tell you, if you want me, Bond, to do your wedding for you, bring $1 million. If you don't start with $1 million, then in fact, don't even call
Just
me.
the play.
Don't even call me. So the truth about it, and that's the average. I'm not expensive. Do you get? That's just, I'm doing it because it's me and you. However, this woman now says, no, I know somebody that can do it, be 70,000. Woman, share video and, I swear. And of course, the guy came and, the guy go with the old school.
Yeah.
And the old school, can he come with photograph.
Na
And those
filter
kind of
now.
photographs that they'll put, then they'll cut you out of
Weak.
they'll cut you out of the background and place you in like Barbados or something like
I
that.
swear, bro. God.
And then she's so upset.
Waste of time.
Yeah.
That's a full Snapchat filter right there.
I'm telling you.
You know, but I'm of this school of thought that whatever you do, if you have done it for 10 years
Yeah,
straight,
exactly.
automatically you become a professional.
Yeah.
Whatever it is you do, whether you sweep floors, you clean tables, you're a waiter, you're a bartender, whatever it is you do in life, if you do it for 10 years straight, you're officially a professional, because I want to believe that there is nothing you have not experienced in that business in a span of 10 years, right?
Yeah.
But anyways, I wanna delve deeper now. Femi, what did you study in
That's
school?
what she said.
Electronics engineering. Say that again. Electrical electronics.
Says he talking. You know, saying talking the way in they use chop women, right? How if I what did you do? I do electrical, electronic, and
Okay, and what is your hustle now?
I'm an IT consultant.
So is it in line with what you studied?
Yeah, kind of.
It's still
Okay.
they use
Kind of. It's still a little bit of
Electricity.
OG, how about you?
I did computer science,
Okay.
and now I do corporate branding and digital media.
Okay, so I mean, there's still a little bit.
There's no little anything.
It's not.
There's no
Not-
little
no
anything.
it's not okay.
At all.
Trust
Bon, how about you?
I did architecture, masters in project management.
Mhm.
I mean, well, I still do a bit of this. I'm a producer, so I still use some of my project management skills, and I have a real estate firm, so I still
Okay.
do a bit of that.
All right. So the point I was trying to bring out of that.
Wait, you've not said what you
I did. I said it earlier. I
Political
said
science.
I have a BSc in political science.
Pay attention.
Right?
I'm trying.
Yeah.
Are you sure you passed this?
So,
So you go
anyways,
to school, but the school go to
the point I'm trying to bring out is that millennials, right? pretty much went to school, right, or got certificates for their parents, right, and ended up doing what they wanted to do, right, whether it was for the love of it or because, I'm making money from this and I can just go on and on and on. Gen Z's now, they're not saying to you from the get-go, I want to be an influencer, I want to be a content creator, I want to be a blogger, I want to be a gamer, I want to be a dog walker. Do you understand what I mean?
Trust me, man.
Like,
Come again. You want to do what now?
Dog walker.
yeah,
Dog
They're
walker.
dog walkers in
they're dog
Nigeria
walkers
now.
in Nigeria.
They're dog walkers.
But like every time I think, I just imagine my mom at a wedding. I'm like, Junior uncle, what's your dog walking scene?
They're like, what the? Dog walking.
I can just imagine the look on maybe like on her friend's face or something like that. But I feel like as Nigerians, we are too condescending, right?
Let me ask you a question, Shodee. You're a hype man now,
Yeah.
right? And at the early days, right? Did your mom lie? Did you get like, I went to someone say,
So
It's very simple. Just it's in the music industry.
no. So the thing is this, right? Because right from when I was a kid, right, I used to be a dancer. I used to dance a lot, right? And then I used to MC gigs like in secondary school and university and all of that. So it was something I always liked to do, right? But hyping and MCing was a side gig. I was a producer and a presenter at a radio station. You get me? So it was always, I want you sharing radio, That was what it was.
That was the cover
Do you get what I'm saying? Up until, the hyping thing started getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and then people started seeing me on TV like, Mori Junior, don't jolly television. Mori Junior, Balu Files, Mori Junior, Balu Runtown. That kind of thing. And then gradually people started understanding, okay, this is what it is, right? And then I started doing the Lagos Countdown, which was shown like all over Africa, like on DSTV. And people could see, he's actually MCing, but in an informal way, right? So it was a gradual process. So it was not like as if, from the get-go, I was only hyping, and then, any day I'm not hyping, I'm sitting there in my house. Do you get what I mean? So there was always that transition period, but I feel like I personally have paved the way for a lot of people now. Do you get what I mean? Like you can literally tell your parents, I want to be a hype man, and
I'll be like Shodee,
and they understand what it is.
There was a guy I met recently. Sorry, not recently, maybe a year ago. I was at the club. So if a friend of mine, we went there together. The guy was like, guy, that guy studied for school. The guy they hype. And he asked me, that guy studied for school? I said, wait. He said he studied medicine. I said, you go school 7 years. Can't do housemanship. Can't do, say you want choose whether you want to be a pediatrician or you want to be. That's probably 9 years or something. Then you can't come out say, do a game. You wanna hold mic and be jumping up and down. So
that's what gives him fun. That's what gives him joy.
Saving lives gives joy.
No, but like I tell you for free that I save people from depression. Every time I'm on stage.
I get what you mean. See,
In Nigeria.
my thought process was, guy, I got to that point where I was now like, do you know what? As in, for me, sometimes we just look at education. Sometimes we just be like scam.
No, scam.
Why can't? Because I have a friend that is a billionaire. He never went to school. All he does is import export. Right? He's a billionaire. Like I not be billionaire.
And you go school.
I go school. Like all the time.
What a waste.
So this is the thing I even want to add to that.
All the time when you did the 4 years, 5 years. I did engineering, so 5 years. After engineering, I waited, went for NYC, came out, but for let's say 7 years, Baba, they close to perfection, which is 10 years.
Yeah.
So he has 3 more years to perfect in his in what he's doing.
Yeah.
You understand?
I mean,
so let me add to that, and this is the thing that was interesting. We're having a conversation somewhere on how what we regard as education, right, is moving. Curriculum is moving too slowly for what's happening at the moment. One of my baddest editors I've ever worked with Timmy, yeah. Shout out to Evo. Now, Evo, right?
When you say bad, is terrible or bad like badass?
Badass, man.
Okay.
One of the
Sabi
best.
boy.
So
Sabi
this
boy.
guy is a badass DOP, badass editor.
What's the
Chicken.
DOP, please?
DOP is
of-
director of photography. What man is doing right there opposite the camera. Shout out.
Money.
So now, yeah. So Mari,
Happy married
they're
life.
just giving you the chains.
Shout out to Manny.
We'll talk about you. I'm going to bring you on soon. But anyway, now Evo started school. Blah blah blah. I can't remember what he was doing, but he dropped out and went to University of YouTube, right? And studied the arts, right? Everything. Right now, as it is now, there's something that we're working on. I can't divulge. Right? It's cutting edge worldwide, right? And the first person I called was Evo. Evo, we're bringing this technology to Nigeria. I need you to start prepping your skills. And I know that he's also going to go and do a master's in YouTube on that shit. Do you get? And be there is cutting edge. But the truth about it is that the people that went to film school or the people that went to all these other things are so far behind. The kind of things that they know are so far behind. So the truth about it is, like you said, with these millennials and things like that, I mean, is there a cost to be an influencer? Right? However, there are certain things that are needed for influencers to know that will help their craft.
Yeah.
There's certain things when it comes to taxes, there's certain things when it comes to billing, there's certain
Facts.
things
You even need
coming
your
to all those
facts.
things, that helps you, so if there was a course, if there was something that helped these kids or helped someone, moving in that direction, it would be great. But so I think that curriculums as we have it now, right, it's still based on the way we saw things, right? It's still based on that archaic way of, I used to piss me off that, I mean, I was doing architecture, and to do architecture, you first have to do 5 years, then do some housemanship, then do another 2 years. I'm thinking, who the hell wants to do all that just to come
saw a
and drop
lady, I saw a
buildings?
video
Come
of
and
a
be
lady.
drawing something.
What the fuck?
I saw a video of a lady, yeah. It's so painful. I can't remember her name. She's a popular woman. She's big. She's American, white lady. And she goes, the educational system is a scam, right? That you go to school teaches you that there's only one answer to every solution. There's
Question.
you can't cooperate. Do you understand? You can't cooperate. When you finish school, you must go and work for someone. Do you understand? So school generally just grooms you, to be a slave to the system, right? In short, it makes that's why the rich will always remain rich, and the poor will get poorer, because you are groomed to believe you finish school, you must work now, and that's it. You see people paying, like, schools. Let's work with schools in America, for instance. You see people paying tuition fees for like 160 grand.
I think that thing is ridiculous, actually.
For school. Then you graduate and you now start earning 50 grand a year,
Yes, and then you're now paying,
and you're still paying
you're
tuition.
going to pay your student loan off
so
for
the
the
system-
rest of
yeah.
goddamn life.
So the system is just there to keep you understand, at a certain level. So that's why in some guys always say,
But
escape the matrix.
So let me bring it to the Nigerian context, right? And also working under someone. So first of all, I think for anybody who wants to own a business or run a business, it's important that you work in a company for at least a year or two, so that you would understand procedure, hierarchy, policies, and how to treat your own staff when you eventually have staff, right? Because when you just go into it and like, oh, I run my business like this, blah, 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 you pretty much have a gung-ho approach, right? Where you just, any which way, wuru to the answer, and all of that. So it's always good to have, some sort of process. You can add your own finesse to it, it's quite all right? But I feel like it's important for anybody who wants to have a business to have that background in one way or the other.
So, I watched somewhere when someone was explaining this entrepreneurial thing, and first of all, explaining that a lot of people believe, a lot of this, like he was just breaking down about, that woman talking about school being a scam and all that kind of thing. Yes, for a minority of people, right? Yeah. But for most people, right, that are clueless, that are lost.
Okay, no, don't worry. For
most people that are clueless, that are lost, that that are just growing up not really knowing what's going on in front and everything. They need a foundation. They need, and to me, the most important thing you learn in school is ability to learn. right?
And apply yourself though.
Just even ability to learn. So in secondary school you're spoon fed. University now you have to go and get all the information from wherever, and ability to get all that resources and bring it to a learning. So I think that's the most important thing you learn. And then that thing about going to work for someone, right? It's very important. I tell everyone around me that it's very important, like Shodee said, to work for someone first before you start out. I was talking to a friend of mine. She has a makeup thing, and we're talking about taxing. I was trying to tell her that, look, go and get yourself sorted, get some company. You're getting big now. You're getting this one. Get your company, this one, book like this, And she was like, oh my God, thank you, And this is the thing. There's not a conversation we planned to have. We're just talking,
Random.
and I said, have you done this? We get this one. Now you have an office. These people are going to come to your office one day.
Yeah, definitely.
You get, and then you don't want them to lock your DC. You don't want them. So I had that conversation. I realized that she had no clue.
There are a lot of people like that.
She was just working and then coming out to this. So because she went straight from school
straight into
to come and
entrepreneurship.
she didn't even. She came from school. She worked a bank for like maybe a month and then went to go and say like it wasn't worth it. But a lot of those things are needed for a lot of these people so that they don't crash. I mean, look at that idiot, the guy that the crypto billionaire, the one that
FTX.
yeah. And if you see the email he sent when his company went down, was insultive, right? However, he has never had experience. He's never had experience sending proper emails.
Yeah, a young dude though.
A young boy. So the problem is just being able to do all those things, like you said, processes and all those things.
So this is you countering what I'm saying in the sense that school is
important. School has its value. School and then working for other people have its value before you go and branch out to it, because structure is important. However, what I want to add is that, man, let's not let that structure that our parents forced us into bottle us into things that that won't make you happy. There's so much opportunity.
See what happens. Sorry to cut you short. Now, for a fact that you have a son, and say football salary na mad, right? Now,
Project Mbappe.
For a fact, say your son get 2 left leg, fit play football, even if they dash out
Extra leg.
even if they dash out Ballon d'Or, you understand? Even the dash, I say, take, come on, take first. But you can play later. But take this one first. Baba, go feel sabi how to play ball, lie. Now, but this boy,
He won't play the
he
ball.
won't play ball.
You go encourage
You
him.
understand?
Now. After all, Maguire they play for. You go encourage him now. Maguire now.
Maguire is a good defender.
No problem.
Stats are there.
But you see, they play for Man yourself. Don't be captain.
An English keeper.
But guys, in as much as everyone wants their child to play football or basketball, right? The stats are there. It's pretty much 1 in 5,000 players that actually get
To the NBA.
to the
Or
NBA
professional.
or to play in the Premier League and all of that, right? When you watch interviews from people like David Beckham and all of that, he'll tell you like, oh, all their mates that used to play on the field and all of that, there's just pretty much a handful of them. So even that is a lot of work. If you have a child who's actually really, really talented, like
I want to
soccer
add something
practice
to-
and all of
I
that.
want to
so
add
it's a
to
lot
Shout
of
out
work.
to my nephews. God go do am. I beg. They play football abroad. God go do am. In Jesus' name. Amen. Those guys go. I go manage them. Me and the popsi go call. I go manage them. In Jesus' name.
Okay, but I go manage her with
My
you.
nephews. They must
manage them with
succeed.
you.
Amen. Amen.
Now join the prayer. Now your prayer.
Amen. Don't worry, we
I
go
did
floss.
my
Manager,
prayer.
assistant manager is
Now my
okay.
prayer. You talk your own prayer.
Okay, PA to the assistant manager.
Pray, man, your own prayer.
Major happen. Make them play. No
PA
worry.
to the
Good.
assistant
Don't
manager.
worry.
So, so back that thing you said there is very interesting because a cousin of mine, right, said he wants to play football. Now, the folks have money, and so the parents carried him to a football academy, abroad. Paid for it. It's not one of those ones that the school. So he paid for it, everything. Now the dad would fly from Nigeria to take him for all these
Yes,
their
now,
trials
matches
and
and all those things.
everything.
Yeah,
No,
abroad.
not trials because the guy's in an academy school, but different trials in different clubs and
Countries,
everything. Anyway, the guy shall finish the school. Nobody take him.
I swear that's painful.
So now they can't tell him, Baba, Glasgow University now. This ball.
No walk
It's
now.
not going.
I know the football.
It's not balling.
It's early.
Yeah.
Do you get like from 14 now? They don't know say you the ball.
Yeah.
Do you get?
The earlier you get your
By the time you
professional
get to
contract.
16 and you never get forget professional contract. You're not in any club. You're not tied to any club down by 16.
or something.
Baba, forget it. Just forget
fair
it. You
enough,
can go and play in non-league.
But not in Nigeria though. Like
What?
I have a neighbor who's like 32,
No, we're not
but
talking
he
about Nigeria. We're talking
identifies as
abroad.
17
Abroad.
year old.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying.
Wait,
Yeah,
you say you
yeah.
have anybody that is 32.
That is
He has a-
32, but
he
he
identifies-
identifies as a 17-year-old.
I mean, it's
you
what
don't
he
win now.
identifies with.
Football.
The guy don't win.
No,
No,
but
worry.
back to my point is, so now motivating that boy
Mm-hmm.
that has thought from 9, right? He wants to play football. From 11, they have taken him to football academies. He's been playing this thing for how many years? Now at 16, 17, he's now having to come and reevaluate what it is I want to do. So, it's what do you think?
No, so at that, what I would say is he has to realize himself that this dream is gone. You understand? There's
So
a saying.
the
there's-
boy now.
Yeah, he has to realize that this dream is gone, because at the end of the day, there's a saying that goes, nobody go tell you.
Yeah,
You
fair
get?
enough.
I'll use myself as an example. I remember growing up, my grandma was always like, you're very brilliant, electrical engineering, electrical engineering. And I got to like GS3 and I realized I hate maths, right? It's not my thing at all. I got to like SS1, I realized like, nah, physics, chemistry is a no-no
It's
for
not
me.
working.
This is not my thing,
It's not
right?
entering.
So
but government, A
between
plus.
exactly, I was always getting A's in government. I was always getting A's and B's in economics, right? I was always getting A's in commerce. So I'm like, okay, this is my type of thing. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe I'll do law. I think I like law, right? And then I realized that law is going to take me 5 years plus law school 6 years. And I'm like, no,
Then you
I'm
not
not going to
save-
stay
you not
6 years in
saving
university. Then all my mates would have done 4 years, and then they would have. You get? I would have gone like my mates would have gone, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. Okay, what's the closest thing that my political says? Okay, I'll do that. But at the end of the day, I knew that's not what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Right? It was just pretty much,
It means
just have a certificate, right? That's it. And let's say, okay, I graduated on Friday. By Monday, I was already working at the radio station as an intern, because before I even started at the radio station, I was already obsessed. I knew like all the adverts word for word, right? It was something that I liked. I had an interest in. So I would tell parents that are listening out there, young ones who don't know what they want to do, just look within yourself. Things that come to you naturally. I mean, you have people that draw.
So what would you tell this young boy
Yeah.
that has what you say comes
Look
to him naturally?
within.
now?
Look within. No, because
see, when
look
you're
within. There's it can't just be football.
And it's
Like,
hard for a
okay, now so
16-year-old.
guess what?
Yeah.
He could become an agent. He could become a coach. He could become a trainer. There's so many other
sports
things
newscaster or something.
around that. He doesn't necessarily have to be
To
a
play.
footballer.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? So that's what it is.
Can
There's a
become a
story
vibe
of
connoisseur.
there's a story of
Of the
Castor.
football.
Castor is a brand. It's like Adidas, Puma, and all of that. I think they're two brothers or two friends. I'm not sure about the story now, but they're two failed footballers.
Newcastle's jersey.
Yeah, they're two failed footballers who realized that okay, football is not for us, and then they literally went into branding and all of that. And now they have like 6 clubs or 5 clubs in the Premier League and Bundesliga
Those
and
guys
all of
just came
that.
from nowhere. oh,
Yeah.
and-
So that's it. So there's always going to be like that shiny light at the end of the tunnel. You just have to keep going and figure out
So let's.
what comes.
I want
what
us
you.
to switch this hustle a bit now.
Wait,
Right?
before we switch, sorry, still, because if you go, I'll probably
Never come
forget what I'd say. So I think hustling in 2023 today hasn't gotten any easier, in the sense that if you just take, look back in time, the internet obviously was a foundation, right?
Yeah.
Then Blackberries, right? You remember this girl, Chi? That girl that used to speak Igbo.
She girl.
Yeah,
She
chick
girl.
girl. Yeah.
Do you understand? As far as I'm concerned, she's one of the first. Should we call it influencers? Do you understand?
Skit makers.
Skit makers, rather. Thank you. So you can see the way it has
Evolved.
evolved rather. From Chi, then the actual smartphones came in. BlackBerry got kicked out of the door. High Five. Okay, I think High Five was before smartphones, though. But High Five, then Facebook came to go. Do you understand? Facebook came. Do you understand? Then the likes of Snapchat, Instagram came in, right?
Twitter.
So Twitter, exactly. So all those things just evolved here and created a complete open space. Because right now, anybody that's running any kind of business has to have a social media platform.
Yeah.
Social media has generally, it has almost pushed out traditional advertising.
Traditional markets.
Traditional
markets. Like you can actually buy tomato.
Do you understand?
But this is the thing. But
so,
wait, that's a different conversation.
Yeah, so it has gotten a lot easier for people. It's easier for you to reach your target audience directly.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Hit them in their faces. Do you understand? So I feel the Gen Zs are like the best beneficiaries of this whole transformation, this journey.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. This is
a lot easier right now.
This is the thing that is very interesting. So that's yes, but there are still roles that social media and things cannot help. Right? We still need doctors.
You still advertise your hospital on
you
social
can't. You're
media.
not allowed to. But the truth about
Are you serious?
You're not allowed to. You're not allowed to advertise in those kind of things. But anyway, you still need doctors. You still need lawyers. You still need traditional things. Unfortunately, with this hustle thing, and this is the thing weird about it, as we're all talking about this thing, is that who is going to go and spend that time to become a doctor? Because if you think about it, right? My mate, two of us finished secondary school. This one now has carried phone. He's doing vlogging, right?
Yes, now.
She's carrying phone.
Everybody, they do podcasts now.
Yeah. She's carrying phone. Now we they do podcasts like this now.
See, electrical engineer. Sam, don't turn podcast overnight.
Podcast. I don't add them to my social media. Yes. They say podcaster.
Throw now to Adam.
Podcaster.
Femi.
No.
Femi podcaster.
The truth about it is that who's going to do these traditional roles? Because the truth is, it's like, we're talking about these things in medicine and all the problems that are happening right now around the world, and how doctors are being demanded, nurses are being demanded all over the world, and it's affecting us here as well. Because
literally, man.
The truth about it is because I remember when I was in school, right? I was in uni. We had it in another conversation, right? Most of the people doing architecture were international students.
Yeah.
There were very few British people doing architecture. So, and it was just because there were many other things for them to do, right? We were still the people that were forced for our parents to come and do all these kind of roles. They had moved on. But fortunately, what that had done is had left a gap, right, for those things to be fixed. So now that kind of problem have come to Africa now, right? We're all having this new, diverse creative roles and all this kind of thing. So the guys that are needed to do those hard work, and it's a lot of time, it's not glamorous, it's not highly paid, right?
Yeah.
So exactly, like an electrician. You need an electrician. You can't use YouTube University to become an electrician.
That takes me back to what I was saying about how we are very condescending in this part of the world, right? I'll give you an example. I remember one time I was in England, right, and my cousin moved houses, right? So he got this company to come and move his stuff from his old house to his new house, and he paid £150 per hour, and those guys only worked for 2 hours. So everything was already packed in boxes and put at the front of the house. They didn't even enter the house to say, let's arrange it. No, they just packed box, put it in their van, got to the new house and put it in front of the new house. Do you understand? And in my head, I'm thinking, here in Nigeria, I go don't call Muiz, I go don't call Fatai, I go don't call.
That guy will get truck.
Call like 3 abokis. You understand? I go buy them pepper rice, give them like 5K.
Uchi knows when I moved.
Did you get what I mean?
I don't drove my truck a couple of times.
So that's one. Two, an electrician. You want an electrician in Jand or in Yankee, you will first pay consultation fee of like £200. Yes, you understand? Say, you want me? They don't know what the problem is yet. Just make a just show face first. You understand? So I feel like in Nigeria, blue collar jobs, right, need to be more respected, right? That's on one side. Secondly, I remember growing up, right, whenever myself or my brother got into trouble, my dad would threaten us and say, "My bail looks like a mechanic. I'm a shisha mechanic for 2 weeks." You understand?
You will never make it.
And then we would be like, if our friends see us in mechanic overall, like we're dead. You understand? Shit, my rep and all of that. But I'm thinking now that if I had started doing this mechanic P at that age,
you know where you
I
have
would not
especially
be
cars
by now.
I'll tell you
Tip
something.
my ride. No worry.
No.
Sorry, I'll tell you something for free. I have a friend. We went to school together. Shout out to you, A. Now, this guy is a mechanic. Now, he get money. He's a mechanical. He get money.
But why hold the money?
Don't worry, see, it's not a problem. You
No be A for it, don't worry.
You know what? Yes.
No
You know,
worry.
say you get one guy where you could just go hold you. He was a Femi, I got your back. And really got my
You
back.
gotta get money. You gotta
He get money.
get money.
As in, he get states where they service governors convoy. You know, that's, you understand?
They bring fleets. They feel bring
As
30.
Service, change this, millions of naira. He has money.
But guess what? But sorry to cut you short.
Yeah.
So now I feel like that is one of the advantages of when you have such jobs and you are educated.
Yes.
Right? Because it sets you at a different level from others.
Yes.
I'll give an example. Like I have friends who went to uni together and they are all they're fashion designers.
Yeah.
Right? You can tell the difference between them and the normal, Mr. Maruf down the road that used to just make normal natives and all of that.
Trying to explain.
You know,
let me just, before we cut him off completely, that's what I was trying to say with some of these roles, some of these influencer roles, some of these people. If you see the influencer person, right, that just went out to school and is learning this thing from secondary school, it's a lot different from the person that maybe did something like economics or did something like business admin and is being an influencer from after that. You see that the way the structure of one person to the other is different.
Because
right?
this one has some business administration.
Exactly. You understand certain things. He knows how to marketing. He knows how to, budgeting. He understands all those things. So the thing about it is, as much as these new roles that we have at the moment now don't necessarily need education, right? Having an education
is another advantage.
You know, like that. Yeah. Back to what you're saying.
So yeah, it's important, but I'm going to ask you a very funny question. Top 5. Can you please name top 5 comedians in the world? Top 5.
Top 5.
Dave Chappelle.
Top 5 comedians.
Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle started comedy when he was a teenager. When he was a teenager, when alcohol no fit enter his mouth, and they go better lounges where they show breast, they show, you understand everything. If mama sometimes go follow and go. He was a small boy when they started. Dave Chappelle now is a brand. What am I saying? Sorry. 20 years ago, it was a brand. He leave millions of dollars. Run. Come back, collect the money. You understand? As in, it's huge.
Yeah.
My point is,
but this
Yeah,
is for him.
but wait.
this is my point. Let me
Okay.
It's God's gift when you can identify your passion, your talent at a very young age.
Yeah.
Right? But a lot of us somehow lose it because we went to school and we go in a different path.
Looking
like for
money.
me, even I say na Yankee I grew up.
For all
I
the porn
trust
star
I've
now.
for the
Go be porn star now.
Shower business.
Go Byron Long.
even I say,
Femi 1D. 1D.
Sir strokes a lot. 40 minutes thrusting straight. Sir strokes a lot.
but really, if I say growing up,
Yeah.
if I say that Yankee they born me, or maybe Jan or some very funny developed country. Now, I used to know how to ride bicycles, like mad, as in with stunts and everything. As a kid, I was really good at all those sports, all those BMX stuff. I promise you, I probably would have gone that route.
But this is the thing about it, and this is the thing I want to be very, and let's be pragmatic about this hustle, right? Is it's very easy for us to see the successful parts,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? So you mentioned Dave Chappelle, right?
Yeah.
Now, in that time, in that era, right? If you think about a lot of people that entered that type of business,
comedy.
right? And how many of them have actually become something, right? It's the percentages are really low.
Yep.
Right? Now, with technology, right? With all those things, the technology he has come higher, right? Because now you can do skits, you can do all this.
It's so
kind of
easy
thing.
for you. Open an
can
Instagram
create
page,
your own
YouTube page,
thing.
and stuff.
However, even at that, still the percentages are low because the truth is the only way you can make money as a comedian or a skit maker is if you become popular.
Yes.
Right? And
It's the numbers
less than
game.
1% will become popular. The rest of you will just be making skits at you and your friends and your friends will say, hey, yeah, nice one. So it's true. So the truth about it is that, and this is the thing, right? Me now, I mean, I've done all sorts of things from content to everything. I've shot a movie, right? And the movie, shit, it didn't, you know, that's why we are still here talking. It was an alright movie, hey. So, but the thing about it is, it's only when you blow, or only when you this thing that's when it goes, oh my god, that guy.
Oh,
is,
now I do this one.
Yeah, but let me add to
so what I
what
want to add to it is, what I want to say to it is that it's important to realize that you have to be able to make a living, right?
Yeah.
One,
And
and success is a journey.
Yes.
Exactly. So that making a living is very relative.
Yeah.
You know, you need to pay your bills, you need to make everything. And as long as you're able to do that, right, from the hustle that you're doing, you're successful first of all.
Yeah. Sorry,
Yes.
let me just add to that. So you were saying about Dave Chappelle, right? Now you also need to understand that a lot of these comedians don't work in isolation. They usually have a team, right? So for someone like Kevin Hart now, yeah, he has like 7-8 guys who are.
It's Kevin Hart funny.
Wait,
Yes.
now let
I
me
mean,
finish.
is it
Hey,
funny?
hey,
Wait,
hey,
so-
hey, Kevin. Hey, man, I'm your guy. Oh.
Kevin
Let's
is
forget
funny.
one
It's
D.
funny, right?
Kevin is funny.
Okay, so you need to have a talent. You need to have a talent for you to have a team that will even support that talent.
No.
we're
It's,
not disputing that. You must have a
understandable. It's
talent.
understandable, right? It's understandable. I'll bring it to music as well, right? You need to have a team, right, who can now amplify that talent.
Yeah.
Manage you.
Do you understand?
Well,
because you can't do it alone. Do you get what I mean? So I'll tell you this: the most talented people, right, are the most disorganized people ever.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Like,
Like
make I just do
Whiskey,
make I just do what I want to do.
Yeah.
I didn't-
Bam.
I didn't
Yeah,
disagree.
because you believe
Do
you
you
can do
understand?
it anyways.
No, it's
A
just-
Burna
that's what
Boy
they
has a
want to
big
do.
team.
Hey,
A
Burna
Davido has a
Boy.
big team behind them. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Down to this clothes where you wear, this shades where you wear.
No
No,
be so you wear 'em.
It does not look good with your face. You have
See,
to
man,
wear
it don't
this.
look
Blah
good,
blah
man.
blah. Everybody has what they do.
Emmanuel, you're not doing your job.
Do you understand?
You told me to hear this.
Do
Emmanuel.
you get what I mean? So that is, I mean, even down to our content creators in Nigeria, they don't work in isolation.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes, you can start and be the one like, oh, okay, yes, this guy don't. You understand? But when you take it as a business, right, as a hustle, Baba, there's a lot of planning and structure that goes into it.
And that's
what I want you to
the thing
understand.
about it. And that's where a lot of people get it lost. Right? A lot of people look at it and say, oh, I want to be this person. This person didn't need to go to school. Or this person did. So, which is why I mentioned the thing about Evo. Right? When you see Evo, you say, oh, Evo didn't go to school. Evo didn't, this one. He didn't do a traditional this thing. I can be that. But they don't want to put the same amount of work that this guy has done
Exactly.
in university.
Yeah.
Right? The amount of work that this guy had done working with guys, were going to different sets, locations.
Being taken advantage of.
So can I ask you guys something, right? I was having this conversation with someone like 2 days ago, right? And I was saying that I don't like how celebrities or popular people or influencers, right, who are pretty much popular and people watch them, I don't like how they show only the lifestyle or the finished product. They don't show people the hard work that goes on behind the scenes. When people are arguing in group chat, no, this one will go funny, this one will go funny, blah, 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 and everything. And I feel like a lot of Gen Zs, right,
Need that.
they need that guidance, right? It's not just about, oh, you drive Benz. You did not see when the guy was climbing Molwe or when he was coming to Lagos with night bus begging to get on stage.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I feel a lot of people need to actually show that part or talk about it more often. I say it all the time when I have interviews that the first time I got paid to hype, I got paid 20,000 naira. And 20K, then you be like saying now 2 million, then give me like I was happy. But even though 20K was like little money, but like, yo, I put my blood, sweat, and tears
That's
into that
important,
performance.
man.
And
There's
you know?
there's no See, the first million I made, I swear, the first
Dollars,
million
Abi?
I made, no.
Hey,
The
20.
first million I made working for myself, all right? It was like 3 point something.
Boss.
And I took the check
Can't go buy Benz.
and I sent, no.
Which is another problem.
I took,
Now
I
Lexus,
took-
now
I
Lexus
took that
in buy.
check.
Now
That
Lexus.
check. I sent it to my siblings. And I was like, and they were happy. Like, I was happy that Papa na me make this P. As in, this is something that someone in Nigeria will work for in a whole year.
Yep.
And you know, if you don't even reach,
No go reach some.
and I got it off one job. And I was excited. You know, and I knew that the possibilities were endless.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm going to digress a bit. Now, one day, my son came to meet me and said, Daddy, I want to be a YouTuber. Now, I really do not have a problem with it, but you know, sometimes kids they can get carried away. You know, I believe there has to be some certain level of foundation. Right? Okay, do you know what? This is what you're going to do, T. I call him T. T, this is what you're going to do. Read about these things, study it, let me know what you want to do. And it goes, oh, Daddy, this guy has over 60 million subscribers.
What's
on
that
YouTube.
boy's name? There's a little young boy that they follow like this.
As in, I've
gamer.
forgotten
He's
his
a
name.
gamer.
The one that
the
tests our games.
the guy
That's our
that
toys.
the guy that
I think that guy
plays-
was one of the highest earners.
Yes,
One-
now.
For this
But I've
year.
forgotten their name. They be like, and
47.
they did one click like that. They plenty like that. They be like 7. Yeah, that boy, the one in UAE, right? There's another one in UAE. There's another girl and boy.
Okay, yeah,
their
that's
brother
the
and
one.
sister. No one did they watch her. Not my last one they watch. Those one they get like 50 million subscribers. Those ones they cash out. Their papa they do like mumu. Their papa they do like mumu. They wear skirt. They wear elephants.
Oh, but you don't go do like
Papa, he dey cash out
I go wear G-string.
$700,000. So
OG string.
OG, what's the issue?
OG, is that how you got your name? OG string.
Man, I was
That's
going-
how you got your name, Abby.
No, let's not digress.
Let's not digress. So this is my point. See, I would support. I would support my child's dream, right, as much as I can. But the minutes where I find out, say, when this thing, it not work. It's not working. You self say now. We have spent this, but this particular one is not working. Let's look for another one for you to do. You can decide not to be an engineer, because I know that there are some schools abroad where the person will go school for 4 years, go study identity management. In my head, I'm like, you are a boy, you are a girl, you are a man, you are a woman.
You can't tell me that.
You sure that thing remain?
They and them.
No. As in, you go for 4 years to study this thing.
Okay, so even if they want to add it, them, and this thing,
Baba,
it's always don't finish
it
like
don't finish like
2 weeks.
2 weeks. You don't understand? Like, you get.
So me, I just want to say that whatever it is in life you decide or you want to do, right? First thing you have to know is that you must be consistent and dedicated to it. Consistency is key. Very, very key. You have to keep on bringing it every day and every time. I think that's one of the reasons why I love Cristiano Ronaldo so much, because from a young age, you know, even till now that he's 38, going on 39, you know, the work that he puts in, the dedication
I want
is
to go.
top notch.
I want to go left
right?
to this topic.
Wait,
Since you have already said I should go left, I
now,
wanna go left small.
wait. And then secondly, right, even though I feel like when we were in school, we didn't get it, but now, I get it. The power of demand and supply. Now, the easiest way to become a hustler and to make money is look out for the loopholes. There's a demand for something. Oh, nobody's doing it. And in Nigeria, we're fond of doing this thing whereby
You jump
now
on
the
something.
person will first run with him.
Everybody go just jump on top of him.
That's the person. That's
I hate
the alpha
that
and
thing. It's so
omega. That's the
annoying.
guy.
Yeah, man. You should stop doing this podcast,
It's
man.
so annoying.
You know, so,
Stop the podcast.
I mean, if you think about it, event planners is probably like a top 5. MCs is probably like a top 5. Comedians is probably like a top 5. DJs like a top 5. food bloggers, food critics. There's those names, those household names that everybody knows, right? So you always need to find that niche for yourself.
There's
and
one
be
niche
like,
that we
okay,
have not spoken about in this hustler thing that we have been talking about since. And we have been talking about this different hustles. We have talked about gamers, we have talked about
Femi and porn.
YouTubers, porn artists.
Okay, which of your uncle now? You need to pick an uncle.
So anyway,
Femi for the
Okay,
no
but
OG
pick
no
an
no
uncle.
OG for
let
the
me-
OG also for don't be spam donation
Okay, but look at
every
me.
Thursday.
Femi Olumide.
So back to what I'm saying, right? Now, what about the hustle that's not legitimate? Hey, no, we have to talk about it. We do have to talk about it because the truth about it is reality of where we have it. We have a lot of our young kids, boys, a lot of young people being pushed to fraud, to
Because there's no
419,
job
to things like
availability
that.
and all that.
It's not forget job
No,
ability.
it's not that. And that's why I said
the
earlier
pressure
the pressure, and that's
to
why
be
I said
big.
that a lot of celebrities and influencers do an injustice when they only show the good side of their lives.
Yeah.
They don't show the downside when they are depressed in the mornings. They don't show when they're tired. They don't show when they're sleeping in the studio, when they're literally begging God for hits and all of that, right? So when a 21-year-old sees somebody wakes up in the morning smoking Igbo, sitting on top of a Bentley, right, and be like, oh, this is the life. That's what I want to be like. What's the quickest way I can do this? Make I go press laptop.
So that's exactly what I'm saying. So the thing is, I want to bring it back, all right? So because I just want to mention that there are loads of people, and we all know it. And then, like I said, I'm going left to this thing. And so there are loads of people that we know, right? That even the job, like let's look at babes, right? There are many people that are selling rice online. That it's not just rice that they are selling.
Yes, we know that.
Right?
Yeah.
That are selling 450 million house.
Hey, they're selling 450 million house.
It's going.
You know, and they're going, follow me. I assure you. This is why you put on your
So
stuff.
if you want this house in Osapa, send a DM to Kusheo.
So there are loads of people, you know. I know one girl like this that sells what they call it, frame. She says na frame she they sell. Like all this picture frame. And then she put it on and you come when you want me to deliver it? You know, those kind of things. So the thing about it is this hustle now. It's and I like what Shodee said about a lot of celebrities not letting people know their true hustle. Right? So I'm going to say some things that were said in some other blogs where we have a lot of celebrities, female, male, right, that have other things that make up what it is that they are spending.
Yeah.
Right? So I know, for instance, now in acting, right, there are very few people that can command 5 million per movie.
Facts.
Very. Right?
They're no past 10.
Even 10 plenty. But there are very few people that can collect 5 million a movie. Now, but you have so many people living the lifestyle of 5 million per movie.
Yeah.
Right? They have
Above
other hustles.
self.
Right? Now, the truth about it is that, like Shodee said, they're not letting us know these other hustles. Some of them, these other hustles are illegal. Some of these other things are not
Giveaways.
are not morally, right.
Cryptocurrency.
Say cryptocurrency.
Because how do you explain a content creator who pretty much got popular in, let's say, 6-7 months, right? The highest views on YouTube videos no past 10,000.
Yes, sir.
Meanwhile, you don't buy a house
Yes, sir.
and 2 Benz and 1
And
Prado.
2 Ben. And then buying the Benz every 6 months.
Come on.
Like,
So the moral of this is like you're still jumping on what
Follow
Shodee said.
no road.
Exactly, follow no road, and at least the celebrities and the people out there, at least try and let people understand. You've put in a lot of work, a lot of work. But I also want to close with this question here because we're out of time here. So this is coming back to hustling in 23, right? Still, and the future of working of hustling in Nigeria per se. You see as it is now, like we did in our Jackpot Syndrome episode, a whole lot of people have left. The banking industry is complete chaos right now because their top professionals, tech guys have gone. Do you understand? Doctors were lacking. You'll be surprised how many specialists we have in Nigeria. If they tell you the amount, you will be alarmed.
Yeah.
You know that you are a sickness away from death.
Yeah.
Trust me,
Yeah,
though.
facts.
It's a very minute amount.
but
So
listen-
no, wait. Let me land with my question here. So we're closing with this question. It's almost time. Do you understand? So
Now, wow, let you do like that.
so what? How do you guys see the future? yeah?
Daddy G's trains.
So a lot of people have gone. I mean, at the end of the day, that still means that
OG.
there's still a lot of opportunities
AI
for people
is
here.
the future. We're gonna have robotic
he hasn't asked the
doctors.
question.
I've
Hold on, hold
You
on.
already-
Let him ask
Not
the
to
That
stop.
question.
was the future.
Let
now.
him
Not
ask
too
the
stubborn.
question.
Wait first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ah.
1,000 liquid.
That's why I'm the goat.
I can vibrate.
That's why I'm the goat.
So you see this? No. This is focused
Imagine
on
AI
Nigeria
vibrator.
now. Yeah, it's focused on Nigeria. We're specific right now. So at least we know, right, that a whole lot of people have left. So there's still a lot of space for people to jump into.
Ask the question.
So wait, now you need to understand the question. So the question I'm giving now for you, I want us to the response I want us to give individually is, you know, the viewers as well. You know, what do you advise? You know, the upcoming generation and generally people that, you know, still in the hustling, coming up on their hustle. What do you expect? Should they take advantage of the gaps that have been created from people acquiring right now? You know, still follow up, find their way, or whatever it is. You know, what advice will you give based on, you know, what? I've
Okay,
just said?
so it's for me, it's very simple: evolve or die. That's it. Evolve or get left behind, right? I used to be one of those that are like, oh, what's my with TikTok? TikTok is all Baba, they don't tell me, oh.
They won't keep Femi for
Most I-
TikTok.
I
with
had
that
to
thing.
make-
They won't
Do you
kill her
understand
with
what I
that
mean?
question.
You
when
have
ask
to
what it-
you have to move with the times, right? I will use music as an example. An artist like Usher, Chris Brown, they would stay evergreen. They did not stay back in that. It's R&B. Do you understand? You have to be willing to evolve with the times, right? So whatever your profession is, right? Be you doctor or whatever. I mean, imagine as a doctor where there are new machines coming out and then you don't know how to use those machines. Nobody's going to come and say, oh, you're still using stethoscope to check. Ain't nobody got time for that. So you have to be able to evolve whatever profession it is that you are doing in this life, whether legally or illegally. If you don't evolve, you're going to get left behind.
Although we don't
Right.
support illegal business.
You get me? But on a lighter note, just imagine, say, Agbero, they use AI.
You don't be now.
I swear. The guy
But no,
don't
but
catch-
wait.
If they use profile,
if
this guy
Agbero-
get money.
If Agbero, sorry.
You and this your alarm.
Say, for every keke where they
If
pass,
Agbero,
just
they
tap
use
your card.
AI, no be Agbero again, no.
At the time.
No, it's different. It's a
But I
tech
think
guy.
AY is the beginning.
let me-
AY is the
He's a
beginning of
tech
the end of
guy.
the world for
Let me
though.
even put this in. No, actually,
We need to round up, guys.
Okay, let
So
me
this
let's
is-
go. We could talk about AI on another day, because I have. Anyway, we'll talk about AI another day. But for me, the way I see it now is the workforce the way it is. I agree with you, which is evolve. But one of the things I'll tell the younger generation is be curious, explore, read. You know, one of the things, unfortunately, that is sad is that we have the most information, access to information at our fingertips, right? If all of us want to know if we want to know the employment status or status of Nigeria now, we
Just
can
say-
pick it up and know
Yeah.
it there and now. Correct statistics will be brought out. However, what we find is that a lot of people have become more lazy. They just want to be spoon fed. They're not pushing themselves. The minority of people are pushing themselves, and the guy is moving the boundaries. I want
Literally.
to tell the young people right now to push yourself, to read about different things, to explore. And then when you explore, you'll find what you like. You'll find in this new world that we're in, you'll find what you like, and then you can move with that. Andrew Tate said something earlier, and he says, and it's weird, I'm quoting Andrew Tate. It's weird. But
Alpha male.
he said something about the crypto generation and all these people that said, oh, you know what, I'm a crypto millionaire and blah, blah. You did not learn the skill. You entered a loophole, right? And enjoyed that loophole. The loophole has ended now. And now you don't have anything to make money, right? Because it's not as easy to make money on crypto as it used to be in like 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
So the truth is it's important to learn the skill. Don't be a fad. Don't do something that you've spent 3, 4, 5 years of your life and realized, oh man, that thing don't pass. Do you get now?
And you
and
can't evolve.
exactly. So put yourself in a situation, make yourself future proof, and read.
Okay, so I guess Bond has literally spoken for everybody. You know, always evolve, read, you try and improve yourself. Strive to always be the best at what you do. Yeah, I think if you are in that frame of mind, it will always lead you there. So on that note, we'll end this
But
episode.
I didn't talk now. You know,
Femi, forget Femi, man.
I didn't talk
Femi,
now.
focus on porn. Anyway, so please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok. Femi get dropped one question that everybody wants to kill him on TikTok. You guys should actually even go to our TikTok page and drop your comments on him saying if you are spreading
sweet
for 40 minutes, that means hard. It's not sweet. Go there, drop your comments and share,
Remember,
just share our
no
shots, share
wrong
everything. Guys, follow us, subscribe.
And remember,
We'll
it's
see
no
you
wrong
some other
convos,
time.
yeah?
No wrong convos, one word. Love you guys. See you next week. Bye.
peace.